Welcome to Splatoon Showcase, a series of Splatoon 2 videos where I, showcase weapons. And if you haven't heard about Splatoon 2 at this point, are you serious? Kidding with me right now? Are you joking? I will pull out a soup ladle and go all cooking mama on you.
Wow, even better than Mama!
Moving away from my immense disappointment in people, I am talking about Splatoon Showcase. So let's actually give a bit of information about that, because right now I just kind of threw out a name and said I'm showcasing weapons. But how in depth will this go? How crazy is it gonna get? It's not gonna get very crazy. It's a very basic concept. The reason this is going to be a very light overview of Splatoon 2 is because I have been not very shy about the fact that I want to do a Splatoon 2 playthrough, but I just don't have the time to do things I want, such as weapon bios and things of the sort. I also need to get a little bit more practice with certain weapons before I actually try to do that, so it's definitely on hold for now. But I still want to play Splatoon 2, I still want to do content for it on the channel, so I'm doing a pseudo Splatoon 2 Let's Play without making it a Splatoon 2 Let's Play. Is that confusing? Probably is. Essentially, I'm stealing Chugga Conroy's formula where he does one weapon per day. He does an overview of the entire kind of selection of the kits. So, for example, if I was going to play the Splattershot Jr., which is today's episode, gee golly, go figure, then I would talk about not only the Splattershot Jr., but I'd also briefly talk about the Kensa and the Custom. So I'm only going to be playing one of them, but I will kind of give a brief overview of my opinions on everything else. It will in no means be an in-depth weapon bio, because again, one of the main reasons I'm not doing a Splatoon 2 Let's Play, I have not been very secretive of this whatsoever, I don't have time. I really don't. So this is going to be a very basic, bare-bones concept of a Splatoon 2 playthrough, cut out all the single player, and just focus mainly on multiplayer with very basic quote-unquote weapon bios thrown into the mix, which are purely based on opinion and purely done in the moment. So they're not going to be something that should be followed as a competitive guide, nor do I think I have the right to make anything that should be followed as a competitive guide, because I am not a competitive figure in the Splatoon scene whatsoever. I have friends who are pretty good at the game and are actually part of competitive teams. Not me, though. I'm kind of a little bit of a dingus when it comes to Splatoon 2. So I'm not gonna say that I have the final say on any of these weapons, nor am I gonna say what I'm going to say about these weapons is intelligent whatsoever. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the equipment setup. So first things first, I want to talk about the weapons that I'm going to be playing as. First of all, I'm going to be going down the level unlock order of using weapons. So the Splattershot Jr. is the weapon you start off with. It's the first one you technically quote-unquote unlock. So I'm going to be starting off with the Splattershot Jr. But first things first, let's talk about the Splattershot Jr. and all of its kits. I'm going to start off with the kits that I am not going to be using first, and then I'll go into why I've chosen the original Splattershot Jr. over the Kensa and the Custom. First things first, the Kensa Splattershot Jr. This thing is perfectly fine. Bubble Blower is a good special, and Torpedo is supposedly a good sub. I really don't know how to use it. It can be shot out of the air really easily, but it does put a bit of pressure on the team, on the opposite team, which is really nice. I like it a lot. I just don't know how to use it, and I don't really prefer the special Bubble Blower on the Splattershot Jr. It's just not my preferred kit. This seems to be perfectly fine. I haven't played with it much, because, again, it's not my preferred kit for the Splattershot Jr. I don't think the sub and the special do a good job at really tackling the weaknesses of the main weapon, so I don't necessarily use this one all that often, but it's cool nonetheless. The Custom, on the other hand, is something I genuinely just kind of don't think anyone should use, and I guess it's more personal preference, but the Auto Bomb has kind of a short throw range, so it really does not do a good job of counteracting the awful range and accuracy of the main weapon at all. If I can speak, thanks, that'd be nice. It really doesn't do a good job complementing the main weapon. I don't like Auto Bomb on this weapon whatsoever, and Inkstorm is fine, I guess. It just doesn't complement the Splattershot Jr. the best. I guess you can start combat within the Inkstorm, and that'll kind of put a bit more pressure on the other team, and, it's definitely good for things like splat zones, and it's good for, Turf War. I don't know why that wasn't coming to me for a second. So it's a good special, I don't like the sub for this main weapon at all, and I don't think the special complements the main weapon as well as the main kit, which I'm going to go over right now real quick. The Splattershot Jr. The sub can be thrown pretty far. It's a splat bomb. I think this complements the main weapon's weaknesses pretty dang well. And the ink armor does a very similar thing. It gives you a few more hits, you can take a bit more damage, and this is essentially the bubbler from Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. It does a fantastic job of complementing the weaknesses of the Splattershot Jr. It's just a good kit all around, and I think this is the most well adept for doing a wide range of activities with the Splattershot Jr. Now, first things first, I wouldn't recommend using the Splattershot Jr. in competitive play, but that's a story for a different day. Or maybe today, we'll see. I don't know, I'm feeling going into ranked mode with this, and I might end up doing that, because Turf War is fine, I just don't necessarily like to go into it when I'm kind of a christened veteran with a weapon, and the Splattershot Jr. has definitely gotten its fair share of love from me. Not as much as the Splattershot, as you can see right here, but yeah, Splattershot Jr. definitely has gotten a bit of love from me in the past. And still, to this day, I kind of like it a little bit, but it's definitely not a weapon I'd recommend going into with rank too often. Anyway, moving on to my actual equipment setup. Sorry if you saw that cut, because you totally did see that cut. I made a mistake. I made an oopsie. I pressed the B button. It took me back to the hub menu, and I screwed around for a little bit there, so I wanted to cut that out a little bit. I apologize, but let's actually hop into my gear. The purple novelty visor. Ooh, delectable spring gear, yes. This is quite nice, but the reason I actually chose this is not because it just looks fancy. I like the color purple and fits well with, I don't know, my current outfit, I guess. It kinda does. It's not too off. But the main reason I chose this over any of my other ink resist, or my main slot ink resist up headgear, is because I just want to kind of unlock a few more abilities on this. Having ink recovery up and that be the only thing on there, it kind of sucks, so I want to get a few more abilities on here. That's pretty much it. I could have chosen literally any other ink resist up hat I had. In fact, this would probably do a better job of what I wanted to do. But, come on, it looks all fancy, and I really want to unlock a few more abilities for this to make it a little bit more viable in competitive play. I say as I'm about to take it into competitive play, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. And, last but not least, the black baseball LS and the blue slip-ons. Both. Wow, I can slur words like nobody's business. But both of these things are kind of universally loved. And by universally loved, I mean universally loved by me, which kind of removes the universally part. But I love it. And, you know, other people not loving it, that's their own loss. Because it's a main of swim speed up, and for me, I have 2 subs of run speed up and 1 quick super jump. Quick super jump really isn't going to help me, but everything else is much more important on this for me. I am really a sucker for movement, and swim speed up is fantastic for movement, along with run speed up, so I love this shirt, and that's also the reason I love these shoes, because it's 1 main of swim speed up, 2 subs of it, and ink saver main, which is always something that's, you know, usable. It's nice to have. Not necessarily the best thing to have on this weapon, because the ink consumption on it is pretty dang good, but it's definitely not bad to have on any weapon, so that's why I chose these 2 things. Probably going to be seeing me run these a lot because they are the only really movement-heavy pieces of equipment that I have. I have a lot of stuff I have not really gotten far at all. I think I actually scrubbed this and got bomb defense up a lot, which can't actually hurt too much because I misjudged the distance or the radius of bomb explosions a lot. So maybe I should wear this eventually, but not now. Blue slip-ons are just fantastic. I don't really have anything else I would like to wear unless I'm going for visual pizzazz, in which case I kind of like these a little bit more. I really like the spring gear they have. It's really awesome. But with that being said and done, let's hop into the lobby. Maybe one day I'll learn to speak the English language, but obviously today's not that day. I'm still learning. I'm still doing my Duolingo lessons. Give me a little bit of slack. All right? I'm trying my best. I really am doing my best. Hopefully you don't hear that. My washing machine just started up in the background, and I'm pretty dang close to it. So, hopefully that's not a big deal. I usually don't have this problem while recording, but hey, new problems arise all the time. You just gotta deal with them. But, as I was saying, I'm not going to be doing Turf War. I just don't want to. I will be doing Ranked, which is, oh god, it's Rainmaker. If you can't tell by my rank right now, I'm definitely not doing too hot on Rainmaker. I am not doing too hot at all. I have 2 cracks. I probably am going to get another one next time I lose. And I am not past the A-OK little yellow line where I can maintain my rank. So, this is probably a bad idea. This is actually the only mode I am less than S rank in. So, hopefully I can, you know, make it up there a little bit, get S rank. Not this episode, obviously, but over the course of time, when I play with weapons I'm actually at least somewhat decent with. But, we'll see about that. I want to say this right now. Let me get the excuses out of the way immediately. I am currently playing in a relatively awkward position, so if I make any stupid mistakes or something, you know why. Also, the Splattershot Jr is a very special weapon. Well, I can die first and foremost, but you have to get very, very close to people to kill them. So, this is gonna go some type of way. Getting close to the Rainmaker, especially when people are so focused on it, it's a little bit of a tall task. It's a little bit of a tall order. So, probably not the best weapon choice. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, but definitely not the worst, I don't think. Are we gonna let them win right now? We are not going to let them win right now. Thank you! I was about to say. You know, I was expecting poor gameplay. I wasn't expecting that poor. You can... Oh, you did die. Sick nasty. That's actually great. I'm glad you're out of here. Oh, that was a little bit weird. That person seems to be rushing in quite a lot. Not that I can say much, since that's essentially all I'm doing as well. Oh. Hi. Hi. That was really, really weird. I got scared there. I forgot that they had a dualies on their team. You know, you also don't need to have a dualies to be able to do that. Drop roller is definitely an ability you can use. It exists. Fun fact. You heard it here first. This seems to be going somewhat poorly. We can make it back. I'm not going to be, like, super negative immediately. But this is definitely not going as well as I would like it to. You... Okay, I got scared there. The Rainmaker explosion is a fickle mistress. There are some things that don't kill you. There are some things that kill you real dead. So, it's a little bit of an odd thing, I'm going to be honest. That's a Booyah Bomb. Let me get out of there. The Booyah Bomb obstructed my view. I'm high-key mad about that. I'm actually really mad about that. I mean, I should have moved. I should have expected something coming, but I didn't. So that's fun. Okay, alright. I got really scared there. I thought I was gonna die. I was very, very frightened, but hey, at least they didn't actually push a little bit farther in. Not that they really could have done much farther, because they were already close enough to the goal point as is, so, you know, this is a very stressful period of time for me, because, you know, maybe I should have started off with Turf War, because that's like, you know, no real risk, but when it comes to ranked, I'm a little bit scared, you know. I like to be a boy that's kind of at least somewhat good at games, you know, maybe not the best boy at games, but at least somewhat good. And I don't want to lose this first match. I want the first match to be good. But as it's going right now, we still have 2 minutes left, so I'm not gonna like jinx myself, but it seems to be going somewhat poorly. No thanks to me. I'm not doing a very good job right now, but I'm trying. And you know what? You know, there's a T in try. I genuinely don't know what I was trying to say. You know, I came out of this recording feeling like all that in a bag of chips. I was feeling, you know, so great about that recording. I was like, I did a real good job that recording. I felt proud. And during this editing, I've found that the reason I felt proud was because I had no idea what I was saying, but I felt I was saying something good. I don't remember what else I said, but I apologize in advance. I guess I'm gonna use that to make myself feel better about myself. Did I actually just got that kill? Sweet, you can back up a bit. Thank God for ink armor. Can we actually push this? Can we actually push this through if we protect the Rainmaker and don't rush ahead like an absolute idiot? You're welcome, me. You're welcome, Rainmaker. I know I did a fantastic job there. Okay, got that guy out of the way. That's good. I want to see if I can actually push this in. I want to at least get you out of the way as well. Hi, babe. How you doing? You can leave as well. Thanks. Alright, I'm fine with that. That turned out pretty well. I'm happy about that. That started off pretty poorly because they pushed in real hard. And they got 15 left, I think. Pretty sure it was 15. But in the end, it turned out pretty well. I'm actually really happy about that. Hopefully the next match can be that good. But I will meet you on the next map that's in rotation right now. Again, fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll be that good. Alright! It's only gonna take 2 games to get this recording done. Fantastic. Also, while I was kind of just, like, sitting here and doing, vocal quote-unquote warm-ups mid-episode, I know I'm smart, I was just realizing how scary this playthrough, this quote-unquote playthrough, the side content is actually going to be, because I realized I have one person, who is subscribed to my channel, and they are, quite the Splatoon smarty. They play the game real good, and it scares me, because they're going to see legit how bad I am and the terrible decisions I make. So, this is going to be a very fun series if I do say so myself. But, let me actually talk about the weapon I would actually recommend using if you're going to play in ranked. That is not the Splattershot Jr., though I seem to be doing just fine with it. I'd no jinxing myself, though. Ooh, that's a Booyah Bomb. Hey, how you doing? I'd recommend playing with the N-Zap. Not the Splattershot Jr., because really the only thing that Splattershot Jr. is super good for is, first of all, missing a million times, so that was kind of my own fault and my own lack of aim, which I definitely have that, but, you know, the bad accuracy definitely doesn't help with that. Let me throw that down. That's not actually going to get any... I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. How did I actually do that just there? That's a little insane. I'm pretty happy about that. By insane, I mean very, very lucky. Okay, that's dead. That's dead. I couldn't turn around that fast. The Rainmaker makes you slightly heavier, so that was not going to turn out well for me either way. But again, back to the weapon that I think is significantly better for ranked than the Splattershot Jr. A weapon that plays support very, very well and has a similar range but better accuracy is the N-Zap. Play the N-Zap. Just do it. The N-Zap is significantly better in my opinion. Like, that's the one thing I'll be kind of, like, authoritative on. I'll be like, alright, listen to me, please. Because, genuinely, first of all, I'm kind of mad about that. Second of all, genuinely, there is not really a major positive to the Splattershot Jr. over the N-Zap minus the sub, and even then, it's not enough to make me not want to use the N-Zap. Maybe there's ink consumption stuff I'm just not thinking about in the current moment, because I don't use the N-Zap too much, rather. But, you know, I don't think that the Splattershot Jr. is a better choice. Especially considering the fact that just happened. Again, my own poor accuracy was at play there, but also, like, hey? Okay, good, you're moving. But, like, hey, you know, that should have at least hit one time there, but the shots just all danced around her, which is always nice. I don't know why I shot there. Hey, how you doing? You should die. Thank you very much. That works out. That works out. Probably not the smartest idea. I was hoping I'd get a team wipe, but you know what? The team is wiped anyway. That's all that matters. Hopefully we can push through here. I'm going to throw up ink armor. I don't know if that actually goes to the Rainmaker as well, though I assume it does. I'm getting really lucky with the Splat Bomb. That's one of the main reasons I like it so much. You know, maybe I'm a little bit of a baby boy for liking getting accidental kills, but it's fun. It's fun to do that. Are they being... Oh, they are. Hey, someone is chasing them hardcore. Stop it. Stop it. I said, I told you to stop. Don't do that. Alright, I'm going to... We pushed it in pretty well. Hopefully we can keep this going. Doesn't really look like it. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to throw that down, though that's not really going to do anything. It only wastes my ink, honestly. So, that's... Okay. I kind of trapped him there. This guy looks fine. Why did they put a beacon? Okay, there's probably some strategic use to that, and I'm just not thinking of it, but like that seemed very useless, but I'm not too sure. There we go. He pushed it through a little bit. Hopefully we can keep this held down pretty well. That person looked like he ran off the edge for a second. That was really... That would be hilarious. That would have been really funny, but it didn't happen. No jokes here. This is a serious match. I can't have people making jokes. Yeah, hi. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. I'm gonna throw that. Hopefully it'll kill someone. Seriously. I mean, this isn't even necessarily, like, me getting lucky anymore. It's like them standing in the exact same... Like, they're all standing in a very similar area. You know? They're all standing kind of clumped together. That's how I got those 3 kills earlier when, the Rainmaker was coming from the left over here. They just, like... I don't know. They were all clumped together. It was really odd. I'm gonna see if I can keep them pushed back a little bit. Hopefully I can get up here. That's not gonna do jack. I also ran out of ink and jumped down like a smart kid. Because that's certainly what I am. Smart is the word I'd use to describe it. Commentary's hard. I'm having a hard time right now. When I'm in a tense mood, when I'm in a tense situation, it gets a little bit tricky. But we won. It's fine. I'm actually very happy about that. Because I had a failed recording where the audio was not synced up with my gameplay whatsoever. And I'm not talking my commentary, I'm just talking my actual game audio. It just didn't want to be synced for whatever reason. So, I had to re-record this. I lost both of the matches I played there, and played horribly. But I did pretty well this time, so I'm kind of happy about that. And now, for the rest of the series, I can lose, and I will be satisfied. I can show my poor skill, and I will be satisfied. But yep, that's it. I am not going to play this anymore. Thank you for watching the first episode of Splatoon Showcase, and before I go, I want to say that I'm not actually sure if this series will ever be finished. The reason for that being, I may actually get the time to do a Splatoon 2 Let's Play while this series is still going on. And if that's the case, I'm dropping this series in a heartbeat to actually work on a real Let's Play of the game. So, in case you were wondering, I might end up doing that. But more importantly, I do have a way that would actually give me a little bit more time to work on a Splatoon 2 Let's Play without not uploading anything to the channel for a little while, you know, a week, 2 weeks, something like that. And my thought process is, I may upload Splatoon 2, a Let's Play of it, alongside another series, so that gives me an ample amount of time to do weapon bios, do the stuff I want to do to make those episodes as high quality as they can be, while still working on a less intensive series in the background. Every single episode of Splatoon 2 would have to have a weapon bio, which means that I would have a lot of work to do for every single episode. And I want to make sure that if I do have to take like a week or two, at most a month, to do an episode, then I would have I'd have other content to upload to the channel. That's kind of where my thought process is going with this. But, you know, I don't know if I'm going to do that just yet. That's still up for debate, you know, if I do get the time to do it. Everything is still up and out there in the clouds right now. Not sure if that's going to be the case. But next time on Splatoon Showcase, I will be playing another weapon that I quite enjoy. But that's for next time. Until then.